Welcome to Building Fortunes Radio. Make sure you check us out at www.buildingfortunesradio.com. Along with our marketing partners, we are here to help our PM Marketing Network Leads customers build their businesses and make the world a better place. At Building Fortunes, we know how much your business means to you and the people important to you. So spread the word, tell another friend, join our newsletter, and go make a difference in your world. Now, on to our show with your host, Peter Mingles.
Hello, everyone. This is Peter Mingles calling in for the Building Fortunes Radio. As you heard just before from our little announcement, we have a Building Fortunes Radio to help support our PM marketing customers, and we do our Building Fortunes Radio to support the people that are associated with our very new venture, the Youmongus Ad Network. And we're going to talk a lot about the Youmongus Ad Network today. Today I have a special guest with us. His name is Nicholas, and Nick works with us over at PM Marketing. Matter of fact, he does some of our customer service. So I know I told Nick to be quiet initially, but Nick, I'm going to let you say hello.
Hello, everybody.
So, this is Nick and I's first Youmongus Ad Network radio show together, one of about a bazillion. So to date this one, if you wanted to, it's December 4th of the year 2013. We have had the Youmongus Ad Network for over a year, and Nick is one of our proud examples, both in customer service on the regular PM marketing side, as well as the poster child for the Youmongus Ad Network, and we're going to share a little bit about that as we go. So I'm going to bring Nick into this call, but I just want to say, first of all, thanks for listening in, everybody that's here. We're going to be doing this Youmongus Ad Network portion of Building Fortunes Radio every Wednesday and every Friday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. And what you'll have to do, though, is everything is subject to change as it expands and grows. So you'll check buildingfortunesradio.com. So you'll check, again, buildingfortunesradio.com, or you can go to youmongus.com and see the schedule and the events of new and up-and-coming ones if you're listening in through the archive messages through either Blog Talk Radio and or through the websites that will host this link on as well. So today is our first call. I mentioned the word Youmongus. A long time ago, we started developing our lead management system for all those people familiar with our stuff at PM Marketing and Network Leads. When we wanted to expand, we expanded and made Phase 2. And then we expanded a little bit further, and we built Phase 3. And by now, I figured we'd probably be up at Phase 397.342, and that would be kind of boring. So I was looking for a phrase to represent something really big. And through playing around with different names, I came up with the name Youmongus. And the name Youmongus is too hard to spell in the regular and traditional English version. And I knew the domain name was probably taken, so I grabbed a pen and paper like I do all the time. Right, Nick?
Always got a pen and paper.
Always have a pen and paper.
Make it click.
I started writing, yes, make that pen click. And then I started writing down the word Youmongus as it sounded. Youmongus, because that's, I think, the way most people would spell it. So I saw the word you, and I saw the word us, and I said, that looks kind of corny, but I think we can do something with that. So we went out and we bought every variation of youmongus.com, youmongus.net, youmongus.biz, youmongus.info, youmongus.everything, and then when we came up with different things, we made it really big. So it would be natural then for us to want to build something in a really big way, and we started with Youmongus blogs. And Youmongus blogs were going to be very important because when people do blogging, the domain name associated with that blog has a tendency to grow in familiarity and traffic based on all of the daily activity. So we did youmongusblogs.com. And then when it came to doing something else, I wanted to have my very own classified ad website. Why is that? Because just like with a blog, people posting classified ads would build that brand name, Youmongus. So we were going to do the youmongusads.com. So for anybody that wants to go look, you can go to Youmongus, Youmongus ads.com, and you'll be able to see youmongusads.com as an example site for the dozens and dozens and dozens of sites that we eventually knew that we would build and have. and hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of additional sites that we don't have all of them yet, but we will, because we call it the Youmongus Ad Network. So it went from theory to reality in a few days, a year or so ago. We went and we developed our classified ad software. So for those people that are familiar with different classified ad sites, I'm sure if you typed in classified ads and went to Google, you'd find some examples of classified sites. So we built our own software, and we call it YoumongousAds.com. And in there, I started to do some things for free for some customers. And I said, this is really kind of neat. It's going to add value to our PM marketing / network leads customers. We'll develop some traffic, but it also gave me an unfair advantage when I was dealing with some people that I normally might not do business with. For instance, and specifically, I had a gentleman one time that called me up and said, do you sell heavy-duty equipment in Far East countries and Slavic-type countries? And that may not be politically correct the way I just said it, but places that start off with whatever and end in the word Stan. Do you sell heavy-duty equipment leads for those areas? And as a salesman, I know when I do or and I don't. I said, no, I don't. But I also realized that if I said no to him, the relationship was almost over. So I said, but I think I can help you with something. We run a classified ad site, and no promises. I'll do an ad for free. And he thought that was such a gracious gesture. I said, send me a few pictures. Send me some text that I'll be able to put in there, and I'll post an ad for you for free. And that really worked well because I still maintain a relationship with that individual. I didn't just say, no, we don't. So that started my wheels turning with the classified ad site. We started using it and using it and using it more and using it more, me specifically. And then I said, this is too good to hold back on just myself. We need to see how long it takes us to build. We need to see what we need to do to host. We need to know how we do all of these things, and I want to make it available for our customers so they could have their own site, and if they chose to charge for an ad, they certainly could. And I'll use one example, Miguel. Miguel is a gentleman that works in a bilingual place in a metro area, and Miguel said, I want to walk the streets like I'm doing now. He runs a traditional business where he sells different things to different merchants down different streets. And he said, I want to charge them $10 per ad. Can I do that? And I said, Miguel, it's going to be your site. We charge $500 for a year to have a Youmongus Ad designated site for those people that are interested in specific sites. So we did $500 for Miguel, meaning we charged him. And then I said, Miguel, since you want to charge for ads, go for it. You deserve the money that you charge. What do you want to charge? He says, I think I want to start off with $10 per month. Fair enough charge, Miguel. We're going to hook it up with an online subscription service where you'll be able to have people sign up online, go into their online subscription account, which I'm not going to mention the brand name now, but it doesn't matter because there's several of them. But you go into that online subscription, and what you do is they will actually pay for that $10 monthly online. So this way, Miguel, you don't have to continue to walk down and collect the $10 payments, because even though you could, it's not really great in time management if that's the only thing that you're doing. And then you have to kind of track them down and things like that. So Miguel was our first person to actually, or one of our first people to start charging people for those ads. Well, that worked really well for Miguel. And he helped us design a product and a different template look and feel to make sure that we were doing things right in those areas. And that really went super well. So that was the beginning part of the expansion of the Youmongus Ad Network. And I promised my sponsors that we were going to run a little commercial around every 10 minutes into this call. So I'm going to run our first one. You guys sit back. We're going to bring Nick on in that next segment, and Nick's going to talk about his specific Youmongus Ad Network sites without giving the name specifically, and I'll show you why in just a little bit. But first, we're going to take a little commercial break. We're going to be right back.
Building Fortunes Radio creates the environment to spotlight your product and your opportunities. If you have something to sell or something you want to share with the world, you can do it here with Building Fortunes Radio. When you go to our site at www.buildingfortunesradio.com, you'll be able to check out What's Cooking with Mario? Listen to Mario Nardelli and hear his success story, starting with a young man in Italy to executive chef and restaurant owner, and eventually a successful home-based business entrepreneur. Then check the Bottom Line team and hear Shelley and Sandy improve the health and finances of thousands of others. That's two great examples. What's Cooking with Mario and the Bottom Line team. How about you? Contact us at buildingfortunesradio.com to learn how we can help you. Now, back to the show.
Okay, Peter Mingle's back with Building Fortunes Radio. I have us on our guest, I have a guest speaker with us. His name is Nick. He helps us in customer service, and we're going to talk about the Youmongus Ad Network. But I do want to just mention, remember, people, go to buildingfortunesradio.com and check out some of our other sponsors. We have What's Cooking with Mario, and then we have the EPX Body Team. Great people, great companies, hard workers, and we're supporting them, too, with their separate radio show segments. Okay, back to the Youmongus Ad Network. So what started to happen was I realized that we could help create someone's own economy with the Youmongus Ad Network website concept. So what I did was on a Saturday night, got a phone call from Nick many months ago, and he was talking to me about this product that we have that he would really like to start working with. Now, we have had that product for a couple of months, and Nick finally recognized the power behind that product, and he started talking to me about it. Now, I'm a sense of urgency kind of guy, so I jumped on the phone with one of my techies, and we had a domain name registered, and we had that site up within 24 hours. So Nick could actually go out there and promote that site. I'm going to stop for a second. When we are on a live radio show like this, I respect the time of the people that work with us. So I won't give out that specific website, nor will we speak about those specific examples of people that might be buying. And the reason is because they need to run their own businesses, and unfortunately, because this is a live radio show and probably will be listened to hundreds, if not thousands, if not tens of thousands of times over time, it's natural for people to call the people who, I heard you on Building Fortunes Radio, and unfortunately these people run businesses, and we don't pay them to sell our products. So we respect their time, and we respect who they are, so you won't be hearing me mention specific names for the specific purpose that I just mentioned. I did that one time to a gal who just loved our services, and she said, Peter, I love your leads. If you ever want someone to tell them how great our leads are, you just have them give me a call. So I did. And they called her, and they spent hours and hours and hours on the phone with her, and Susan called me back, and she says, I love you, man, but I spent 15 hours this week just talking to your great customers. But that took away from my regular business. I said, you know what? I had no idea that would happen. So I learned early on, as far as referrals are concerned, put them in writing so people can listen to them, but don't necessarily put out their names and their numbers out of respect for them. So therefore, you won't hear me talk about Nick's specific website. But what we did was we said, Nick, what town are you in? And then we said, is it big enough? Probably not. Let's do another town as well. So we got a domain name associated with the counties that he's in. And I said, Nick, what you're going to do is you're going to, and right now I'm going to let Nick tell the rest of the Nick story. So Nick, thanks for listening in, and thanks for being on our very first Youmongus Ad Network call.
Hey, you're very welcome. Actually, I want to thank you for being on the call. This is great to be able to speak about some of the things that have happened in the last couple of months. When it really started, I knew I had an idea. I knew that we had a product that was able to be sold. And I knew it was a product that could be sold to people that had money. Businesses need to buy advertisement. But I wasn't exactly for sure how I was going to do it. So each morning I'd wake up, put my shoes on, put on my nicest clothes, and I would walk through town. I walked in from small mom-and-pop shops, one right to the next, and just ask them, would you like to put some advertising, much cheaper than what you would find in the newspapers or what you would find on the radio. People was interested. Another part that people was interested, they knew that I was just a small business owner myself. I was somebody who was just starting out from the beginning. So a lot of people was really interested in talking to me, and I think that's how it really started building. There was a little bit of word of mouth and a little bit more efforts. We've gotten a little bit bigger and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so the neat thing about this is when Nick was putting it together, of course, since we were putting it together, Nick made sure that he checked in with me every night, asked me some ideas and some suggestions, and actually started to develop a really nice-looking website. So we changed some pictures, and we did some different things as far as the layouts are concerned. And he went to work as if he owned the site because he took ownership of his own product. And he sold a couple of ads, and remember, they're only $10 per month. Well, Nick found that, geez, if I have to do the ad, some people might say, I don't know what to write, or I don't know how to put pictures up on a site. So Nick took a handy camera and his creative intelligence and said, I'll do it for you, but charged a little bit more. So he charges $30 for a setup, and on that $30 for a setup, he also charges $10 for that first month. So now that means Nick collects $40 for every ad that he sells that he sets up on his own. And let's face it, Nick, on a good day, you can sell anywhere from 3 to 5 or more of those ads cold. And what I mean by cold is knocking on a door, talking to somebody, bonding, relating, and through the conversations that we've had over time, you've shared with me the referrals, the extra cool things, and on another call, not this one, we'll share with you all of the really cool stories because Nick is going to host his very own Youmongus Ad Network segment for his very own site to enhance the opportunity for those people in those areas. So that's going to be an expansion of the Building Fortunes Network, and I promise you'll want to listen to Nick's station and those stories specifically. So Nick started going out and selling these $10 classified sites. Selling the ads on his classified site. And as a result of that, Nick, I think we kind of figured out your very first full serious month, you brought in about $2,000 in new business, and as a result of that had about $500 in residual business, and then we kind of grabbed a pen and paper and we started projecting it out. Nick, if you did what you did in your second month and what you did in your first full serious month, you would bring in another $2,000. And then you'd have another $500 residual. If you did that the next month, did what you did on your very first fully serious month and brought another $2,000 in new business, and then brought in another $500 in residual because those people would stick, and I know you follow up and you follow through with your customers, then you could actually get your income up to being above average income for sure over the next year. And it was kind of funny, and I'm not going to ask you to mention his last name, but you certainly can poke at him at his first name. Do you remember the guy that told you weren't very smart, or he said something kind of mean? And then after we were done with the numbers, you said, I wish that guy were listening now. Nick, this is payback time. Not his last name. Not his last name, but what was his first name?
Are you speaking of Sean?
No. Wasn't there a Donnie? There was probably more than one?
Oh, yes. Yeah, 100% correct. Yes, Donnie. Donnie, who I explained the exact same things that you're talking about right now. I explained it to him on a piece of paper, and he looked at me and said, it would never work, Nick. It would never work.
So we don't need to know Donnie's last name, but Donnie, if you're listening in, never try to destroy someone's dreams.
It works.
Especially when they're working. So, Nick, we figured out that you actually have a well above average income opportunity as a result of doing the things that you're doing with the Youmongus Ad Network. So I'm going to sit here and applaud, and we got our little clapper over here, and I'll grab my other little clapper over here. Woo-hoo! And we showed someone, literally, Nick is our poster child. Now, we have other examples, but Nick is our poster child of those people that go out and they actually go to work and they start to build a Youmongus Ad Network site. It's one completely on their own. We made arrangements for Nick to pay the $500, so all of that stuff was done. He gets a chance to do it. But there was a neat little thing that started to happen. We're going to come on the other side of this little commercial break, and we're going to talk about that because not everyone can do the things that Nick has done, meaning Nick got on his sneakers, he put on his best-dressed clothes, he walks the streets all the time, sells to people, does the ads, and all those types of things. So we're going to talk about the Youmongus Ad Network membership in just the next minute or so. We'll be right back.
Thanks for listening to Building Fortunes Radio. If you sell a product or build a sales force, you should check out PM Marketing and Network Leads. Visit www.networkleads.com. For over 16 years, PM Marketing has helped distributors build home-based businesses through lead generation, website development, automated email delivery systems, and sales training. If you're looking for a way to increase your skills and increase the number of people that see your product or opportunity, Network Leads can help. To learn more, visit networkleads.com or call 386-385-8679. That's 386-385-8679. Ask about their lead management system, capture pages, personalized websites, training, Youmongus blogs, the Youmongus Classified Ad Network, or their webinar schedule. NetworkLeads.com can be your one-stop shop for everything you need. Now, back to the Building Fortunes radio show.
Okay, and thank you. We are back with Building Fortunes Radio and my special guest, Nick. Nick helps us, first of all, with our customer service and a lot of other things as well, but he also is my poster child for the success of the Youmongus Ad Network. So he has a special site on his own, and he figured out that, you know what, if you go to work and you sell the classified ads on that site at only $10 per month, he gets a chance to keep 100% of the commission of the hard work that he's done. And Nick, let's talk a little bit about placing those ads. So talk to us a little bit about what you can do with that ad and, you know, difficulty level, speed, complexity, any or all of that stuff. The next minute or so is yours.
Well, you know, that's funny you ask, because with the ads that we have set up in the Youmongus Ad Network, it's pretty simple into putting an ad. If you've ever put an ad in, for, say, Craigslist, it's quite similar as in adding the pictures and writing the things out. Of course, we have some more accessories, so we can make the ads look a little bit better. I think that myself, I'm one to say, slow down when you're writing your ads. Take your time and put a little bit of heart into the ads you're putting, because these businesses are residual, so when they see the ads you put in, they really appreciate what they read.
Excellent. So you can put in 4 pictures, and then you can even put in a YouTube video. And
you can put in YouTube videos, and also with that, Peter, a lot of businesses, they might have commercials that are already in YouTube that you can add to the bottom of the ads.
And I know you found that it was really simple to be able to take pictures because you could use your iPhone. And then you use your iPhone, you can post them up there easily. You can even go in there and edit the ads, and it's super duper simple. And if people want to contact you, of course, you can have your phone number, or you can have a website. We always encourage people to put websites in their ads if they have that. That helps with all the different linking that can happen. And then what we do is we're going to actually publish that ad for you, and then sometimes, with your permission, we'll actually put it on different classified ad sites that we have to give you maximum exposure, added value, added traffic at no extra charge. So, Nick, placing the ads is really quite simple. And then what we do is, when I started to take a look at this from the perspective of our customers, Nick, I said, Nick is working hard, because sometimes I hear Nick when it was late August, early September, it was still hot where he lives, and he was sweating walking down the streets, and now it's cold, right? And Nick's saying, "Damn, Peter's getting kind of cold." And,
I'm still sweating.
And he's still sweating. And the reality is he's working. I got to share with you, I've seen Nick work, and I've seen Nick work, and Nick is working. And he really goes the extra mile, and has had a lot of great things happen as a result of now having his own business within our Youmongus Ad Network with his very own site. But I realize that some people can't do that. We have some people that are customers that are disabled, and they can't walk the streets, or maybe they're very busy, or maybe they specialize in different things and just don't have the time because it might be a distraction for them. However, they still need to make extra money. So I said, what we're going to do is we're going to take the Youmongus Ad Network, and we're going to turn it into a membership for those customers that have $50 and a wish. Now, I'll have to explain. $50 is the cost that it starts your own Youmongus Ad Network. I'm going to come to that in a second in the explanation, but I'm going to focus on the wish part. Everybody that wants to, especially if it's an opportunity for them to make extra money, can find the $50. The wish part is something you bring to the table as well. especially around the holiday times where people are saying, I wish I had extra money for the holidays. I wish I had extra money to replace that tire that is balding on one side. I wish I could help maybe a needy family for the holidays as well. I wish I'd be able to send my kids to school. I wish I could go to that baseball game. So if you're someone with $50 and a whole bunch of wishes, you might turn the Youmongus Ad Network membership into an income-generating opportunity as well. With the help of us over at PM Marketing and Network Leads and the customer service people we have and everything else is going on, I decided that what we were going to do is have people not have to spend the $500 for their very own site. I'll give someone that 100% commission on the ads that they sell to them for only being a Youmongus Ad Networker at $19.95 a month. So when you subscribe and become a member for $19.95 a month, you'll have the ability to sell those classified ads, keep that 100% commission, and in essence build that monthly residual income as you keep customers satisfied in that Youmongus Ad Network. I wanted to do a little bit more than that, and I'm going to use Nick's name as an example. Nick helped us build the Youmongus Ad Network. Other people have as well. So what I wanted to do is help those people that helped us generate extra income. So if someone comes in, I ask them, listen, if I'm going to give you an opportunity to make hundreds or thousands of dollars extra every month and keep 100% commission, I want you to advertise on the person's site or the person's site that they're assigned that brought you in, who exposed this to you, probably spent the time and energy explaining it. So if it were brought Nick in, I would say to Nick, now what you do is you place an ad on my site, so at least I have $10 coming in from a classified ad. You get the extra advertising, I get the $10. But, see, Vincent helped me as well. So, Nick, I want you to buy a second ad from Vincent, and then, Nick, I want you to buy a third ad from Jeffrey. So there's three of us, Nick, that kind of put this together. I want you to buy an ad from me. I want you to buy an ad from Vincent. I want you to buy an ad from Jeffrey. That's where the $50 comes from, because you got the $19.95 for the admin, $10, $10, $10 equals about $50, a nickel shy. And this way you can support the people that are supporting you. But here's the best thing, Nick. As you're going to pay the $19.95 to get started and the $10 3 levels up, we're going to allow you to be able to help some other people as well. So when you bring someone in, let's call him Sean, not Dominic, because Donnie kind of messed it up. We're going to say, Sean, when you bring Sean in, Sean's going to pay the $19.95. He's going to pay you, Nick, $10 because you were the guy to help him get started. He'll pay $10 to me in this example because I was the second, and then he'll pay $10 to Vincent because Vincent was the third. Pay 3 levels up so you can get the benefit of all the people 3 levels deep. Now, for some people that we just mentioned a little bit earlier, grab a pen and grab a paper. You will see you have a wonderful income-generating opportunity through the sales that are either sold or purchased through the Youmongus Ad Network. And what you'll want to do is you'll want to go to youmongusadnetwork.com. Youmongus, Youmongus, adsnetwork.com. Youmongusadnetwork.com, and then go watch some of the movies and go see some of the details. Nick, we're wrapping this up. And I'm going to say thanks for being here on our call. You guys will want to look forward to hearing. Yeah, you guys will want to look forward to hearing Nick's special segment on his classified site that he's helping support his people. And we're going to say goodbye for now. But remember, everyone, youmongusadnetwork.com for more details. Here we go.
You've been listening to Building Fortunes Radio on www.buildingfortunesradio.com. Thanks for listening. Check us out every Friday at 5 p.m. Eastern Time for the designated Building Fortunes segment with Peter Mingles. Be sure to check out the BuildingFortunesRadio.com website for featured segments like What's Cooking with Mario, The Bottom Line Team, and coming soon, the Dr. Bob and Hannah Show. It's been our privilege to have you listen in. At Building Fortunes Radio, we wish you the success you deserve and are willing to work for.